culture. It is my very great privilege to welcome you all here.
I love this foundation. I love what it does. I love what it represents. I love the people it chooses to honor. I love the people that it supports. I love the role that it plays. And I love everybody who supports it. That's all of you in this room tonight. And I urge you to join all of us who really are investing in this foundation and what it does.
Scott's professional journey has taken him from traveling through Nepal and India to Aliyah and service in the IDF, from selling teddy bears in Canarsie to bringing basic reading glasses through micro-lending in India, to film and philanthropy. It has been a quest to find this place where a meaningful vocation blossoms from inner passion and brings the gift of personal transformation.
Most of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak about a subject near and dear to my heart, building a vibrant Jewish identity, culture, and community with culture as a core component of Jewish life. Culture, as it's expressed tonight through the honorees from literature, food, art, education, music, and film, is, as William Faulkner said in his 1949 Nobel Prize acceptance speech, work that is forged in the agony and sweat of the human spirit, not for the glory and least of all for profit, but to create out of the materials of the human condition something which did not exist before.
Deborah deserves the Jewish Cultural Achievement Award for her books as well as her other activities. The book suggests the breadth of her interests from her early At Home in America to her co-edited 2-volume work with her dear friend of blessed memory, Paula Hyman, Jewish Women in America.
My scholarship sought to experiment with topics, press provocative arguments, stretch boundaries beyond what had been written, and confront the salient questions. No area offered greater freedom and challenge than American Jewish history. This academic enterprise was still young when I signed on. It has been a great voyage.
So if I was giving him a prize for anything, if you want to hear what I admire, what is astounding to me, what is important to me, which is Sitzfleisch. You know what I'm saying? It's work ethic. And that, to me, that's what I would give him a prize for. If you can read in the articles, you can look, but there's a reason that he's got 900 children. Like, there's a reason that the work gets done. And that's because the man writes every day and he gets his work done, and that's what I love. I really feel like those early books, if I'd have to categorize, I would call him a young American writer who is Jewish, and I feel like over the years, as those books get better and develop, he's also become what is a Jewish writer. The concerns grow, the interest grows, and what we're here talking about tonight, how I started this was trying to have a living conversation, and I feel like, you know, that is the Jewish cultural contribution that he makes.
Jews are punsters. God himself puns when he names Adam, when he renames Abram, when he calls that tower Babel. God himself makes puns. And yet when my father and grandfather committed acts of punmanship, they were often begged, if not ordered, to cease at once. Maybe it's this anti-semantic vandalism that leads so many people to shun and revile them. And yet I learned from my grandfather and father and from the Torah that puns operate to generate new meanings outside and beyond themselves, getting us to feel the ultimate fate of all men in the earth, or the potential of each man and woman to become in time the father or mother of multitudes, as in Abram to Abraham.
The Wall Street Journal calls you a conductor scholar, and you are surely that. But I would add that you have taken the mission of the foundation that celebrates you tonight to unprecedented heights. Not content to be a giant in academia or the arts, you are always reaching for the next challenge and ready to serve the communities most in need through a combination of education and art.
Many of us stand for the notion that being Jewish is many things, and its religious tradition offers many opportunities. And so, very humbly, I accept this award in the hope that the foundation can thrive to be a common ground about how we live in a society, not as a segregated community, but as a proud community, without fear, and with a great sense of generosity. And I'm proud to be a member of a tradition and of a community that celebrates those things. And the best thing about being Jewish is that music stands very high. After the Kohanim, the most important of the tribes are the musicians. And those of us who are musicians are blessed to have the most precise language of all, and that is the language of music. Thank you very much.
I think that for the Foundation for Jewish Culture to honor Russell Daughters as the final award of the evening is appropriate, because in many ways food in our culture and in our families is the foundation in a true way. And this story and this family, Nikki and Josh, mark the generation above the daughters and the original founder, represent a foundational part of what it means to be Jewish, living in the diaspora, living in a city that has meant so much to the Jewish people.
A man walks into an appetizing store. He breathes in, taking in that characteristic aroma that can only come from the commingling of smoked fish, pickled herrings, fresh breads, dried fruits, and sweets. He breathes out. Ah, he says, I smell Judaism. Though Russ and Daughters may be small in space, it's big in soul. There's something going on there that is more than a commercial transaction. More than the mere buying and selling of food. It's a place where relationships are forged, stories are shared, memories resurface, and traditions celebrated. We thank the Foundation for Jewish Culture for honoring us today and for the incredible work that you do.
And we're so grateful to you all for being here. Thank you very much. Take it away, Krakauer.